I want to get you out the door with every result from every league in under 15 minutes, so that you're more informed about what's going on in the world of sports.
Hey TJ, what's going on? I'm Chandler and this is Tiger Beat Sports.
Hey everybody, I'm Chandler Sports and this is the Sport Report.
And I'm Chandler and this is Tiger Beat Sports. Welcome to a special edition of this all crazy sports newscast.
Broadcasting from somewhere in the United States.
Hit it, Blaze.
Welcome to the Sport Report.
Tuesday, July 30th, 2019. Hey everybody, I'm Jack Esper, the all-sports correspondent for this podcast, and this is the Sport Report. Last time we heard from Chandler, he was staying an extra day in Chicago, and now he has apparently stayed too long in Chicago. So now he is currently driving a red-eye from Chicago all the way back to the Rocky Mountains. Don't know how long it'll be, and don't know when he will be back on, but we will find out here within these next few days. So in order to figure that out here pretty soon, let's just go right ahead to top of the order.
In a year that has been so improbable, the impossible has happened.
This is top of the order. Our top story comes from Cincinnati, where the Reds scored all 9 of their players in the bottom half of the second inning. You heard me right. All 9 of their players scored in the bottom half of the second inning. They scored 10 runs in total to beat the Pittsburgh Pirates that night 11-6. This has not happened for them since 1975, when the Big Red Machine was in full swing with Pete Rose, Joe Morgan, Johnny Bench, Tony Perez, and Ken Griffey Sr. Sonny Gray has a 4.15 ERA this year for the Cincinnati Reds. His record goes up to 1-1. With Le Tour de France ending and no MLS happening, let's head to Major League Baseball.
Derek Jeter with one of the most unbelievable plays you will ever see by a shortstop. Ortiz in the deep right field. Back is Sheffield. We'll see you later tonight.
Someday the Chicago Cubs are going to be in the World Series.
Cubs win! Cubs win! Holy cow!
Now from Major League Baseball.
Miami Marlins 11, Arizona Diamondbacks 6. Caleb Smith has a 3.43 ERA for the Miami Marlins this year. He's now 7-4, while Merrill Kelly drops to 7-11 for the D-backs. Washington Nationals 6, Atlanta Braves 3. Patrick Corbin has a 3.23 this season for the Nationals. His record's 9-5. However, he now has a 1.76 ERA and 65 strikeouts in his last 51 innings pitched. That encompasses for his last 8 starts. Also for the Nats, third baseman Anthony Rendon hits a go-ahead grand slam in the bottom of the 6th inning. This ultimately puts the game away, and Rendon gets the last word. San Diego Padres 8, Baltimore Orioles 1. It was all about the home runs last night in San Diego, as there were 5 combined for the Padres to score all 8 runs, starting in the bottom of the first with shortstop Fernando Tatis, who hit a solo home run, and ending with first baseman Eric Hosmer's 3 home run shot in the bottom of the 7th. In fact, all of San Diego's runs last night were only scored off of home runs, and home runs alone. Chris Paddock now has a 2.78 ERA for the Padres, and his record is 7-5. However, David Hess drops to 1-10 for the Baltimore Orioles. Detroit Tigers 7, LA Angels 2. The Tigers finally decided to show up last night and get a win after losing 6 straight. Miguel Cabrera hit in 3 out of the 7 runs scored for the Tigers, including a solo home run blasted in the top of the first. Jordan Zimmerman betters his record to 1-8 for the Tigers, and Jamie Barria slips to 4-4 for the Angels. Colorado Rockies 9, LA Dodgers 1. The Rockies combined last night for 5 runs in the 5th inning, and in the bottom of the 7th, outfielder David Dahl smashes a 2-run shot to extend the lead and ultimately seal the game. John Gray has a 3.88 ERA this season for the Rockies. His record's 10-7, while Kenta Maeda has a 4.07 ERA for the Dodgers, but his record is lowered to 7-8. As I already said in top of the order, Cincinnati Reds 11, Pittsburgh Pirates 6. And finally, Toronto Blue Jays 7, Kansas City Royals 3. Brad Keller now drops to 7-10 for the Kansas City Royals. And that concludes the Sport Report for Tuesday, July 30th, 2019. For now, I'm Jack. Do you want to contact Chandler with sports? Have thoughts on sports or questions about advertising on the Sport Report? Find us on Twitter or Instagram at SportReportCWS for either social media site.
This podcast is copyrighted by the Sport Report for viewers to understand sports from a news reporting basis. Any other use of this podcast, Sport Report logos, or anything associated with this podcast without the express written consent of Channel One Sports is strictly prohibited.